Yo, 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 what up, YouTube? Pit here. All right, I'm back in this North property. Um, I missed some things. So, anyway, this gives me a good opportunity to show you guys what I missed. Um, when you put in these bids, you got to be real thorough. And I just forgot one little fucking thing, so I had to do the whole process all over again. When you come to a property, a full photo inspection includes, you know, let me set the camera up. I'm turning the flash off. But picture of front of the house, so you take a picture of front of the house, you know. I thought I turned the flash off, but let's do that again because I don't need it, you know. And then pictures of damages, what are you gonna bid to repair? So, you like to take, it's better to have more pictures than less, you know. So this is gonna be pretty quick, because I already did it. So, obviously this door needs to replace the frame and trim. So, take pictures of that. Front and side damages, it's pretty simple. And then try to take at least 4 to 5 photos of the rooms, like, showing the inventory and the conditions that the place is in. So, hopefully you guys can use this. So you go each side, as much as pictures as possible. I spent about an hour here taking pictures and writing down things all over again, remeasuring things. So, I could be safe than sorry, than rather be safe than sorry and get everything you freaking need, you know. Remember, you guys, there's a bunch of stuff here. I actually pushed it in place because the client wanted to see that in place, showing that the cabinets were needed and that the appliances was here. So, now I'm taking pictures of the floor that it needs to be cleaned and then pictures of the ceiling. Now, remember what I told you guys, what you're gonna need to take measurements of rooms. This is a digital laser measuring tape, Home Depot. You point it at one wall, like so. And then you see you got double zeros there. I don't know if you guys can see it. And then you're gonna see a red dot on the wall. Now, all you gotta do is hit this button right here. Boom. It's 11 feet 2 inches. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see that, but it's 11 feet 2 inches. And then you go across the room again and do that. I already did it. So, just for sake, go to the top of the room, point, and then you're gonna see the laser over there. And I already took it. Measurements from this above the window to that wall is 15 feet 2 inches. But yeah, this measuring tape, notepad, write down your information, and then this. So you walk around the whole room, 4 to 5 pictures, So let's proceed with the photo inspection, man, so you guys can see exactly what, how to do it. Like, take pictures of the stuff that needs to be done and fixed. Boom. This is a hall passage. So when you write it down, right, hall passage to kitchen and bathroom. And then the dimensions, This is gonna be a quick photo inspection so you guys can see, how easy it is. So if you have no idea how to do it, now you know. Now, for me, I always, some clients usually want you to open the doors and close, doors to the closets and whatnot. I don't do that because I just don't fucking feel like it. You know, Unless there's damages in there, which I'm not gonna do. Now, bathroom's always the hardest to take pictures of, always, because of the size. It's one of the smallest rooms. So you take pictures of what's gonna be needed here. We need a vanity, right? We got a P-trap here, but we're gonna need whatever else that's called, and then 2 supply lines for that, the sink, and a supply line from the toilet. From that there to the toilet. That's gonna be needed. So you take good clear photos of that. It documents it. Let me put the camera on auto flash so you guys can see. So it shows what's going on. Like I said, it's very hard to take pictures of bathrooms. So, usually in each room, you go from corner to corner to corner and give them a 360 view. Like this is a tight squeeze. You can't really do it. But you got to try your best, Give them what they want in order to make you money. And now I'm back from where I started my picture. Now, I already took pictures of the hallway, but I'm going to continue. Here's the kitchen. Now, this is what they wanted. They wanted the appliances showing that it needs the base cabinets. This is just a general photo inspection. Forget that I have a bid here. Forget all that. Show them that what's needed at the property, that what needs to be done. So now, when you go in, picture of the opening, like I just did, and then you go to your nearest corner. So boom, aim it this way. Give them a panoramic view, corner to corner. I can't go in that corner because I got the appliances. I pushed them all in place, showing that it is needed. But this is technically a 360 view, Sometimes you get more than 4 to 5 pictures, And then give them pictures of the floor and of the ceiling. And then you continue to the next room, which is the dining room. Good, nice open space. So now you took pictures of that. You're going in. You go to the nearest corner, which is there. Boom. Take pictures of that picture of what you took before. You're going to want to end in the same spot. Showing pictures of everything. Usually I use my phone for, photo inspections, but cameras are good too. So, boom. And now they have a complete panoramic view of the room. And then pictures of the, always try to end the picture where you started and just go around the whole room. So you're going to get more than 4 to 5 pictures per room. So, but fuck it. There's better to have it than to need it. Take a picture of the ceiling that, they may want to paint it, they may not. So you give them that information. Your stairs, you're going up. And then you just go up. So, picture of the bottom of the stairs. This is called the second floor hall passage. Pictures. You want to give them a panoramic view of each area. So this is a good photo inspection, Doesn't take long. Doesn't take much. Just you get used to it as you keep on going. Like here, I forgot to do the flooring. Laminate flooring it needs. So now I had to start the whole process all over again. For this room, you're going to need to look real good. A lot of money to be made in this room alone. Like bathtub fixtures. This client wants this property ready to be sold. So it's missing the fixtures and then a shower head, which is there. And they probably want to repaint it because look, 2 different colors. And then 360 view of what's going on in the bathroom. Show them that it needs a commode, supply line, vanity, sink, faucet, medicine cabinet. There's a lot of money to be made in this one little room. Door trim, If they want to get this property sold, this is what you got to do for them. And the better your pictures and the more accurate, the better the chances of you getting the bid. Sometimes you're in a rush, you fuck it, fuck it. And then just finish the pictures. where you started off from, like I started the room. Now here, another room. Front. I didn't take pictures of the ceiling of the other room, but fuck it. You know, they can get a good picture from what they see here. You know, because look at my picture frame. You can see the top of the ceiling and the floor. You know, there's no way in hell you can mess that up. So, you know, in each room, each corner, and you'll cover everything. You know, this is pretty quick and easy photo inspection. You know, this you should apply to every property you go to. Now, given all the properties you're gonna be going to, they're gonna have a lot of shit in the fucking way. Tons of fucking shit. You know, some rooms you won't be able to walk to corner to corner. You know, utility room is last. You know, some properties you're just gonna wanna get the fuck out. You know, you wanna get in and get out as fast as possible. And, you know, but you just gotta be thorough. You know, don't do what I did. You know, because this mistake cost me an hour's drive to come back. You know, again, each corner, each room. So you guys can see, you know. Document every single thing. Like, again, I think I forgot to do the floor and ceiling. So now, showing the carpet. This carpet is pretty fair, you know, pretty good. But, you know, now I got something new to throw at them. Because the ones downstairs in the living room coming up the stairs are a little dingy and dirty. So now I'm going to do all the carpets. I'm going to put a bid to clean all carpets. You know, utility room. You know, you just got to take real good pictures of what's going on. You know, give them what they want. Give them what they need. Like downstairs, the washer and dryer is downstairs. I could have brought it up, but they know. And it has to go here because you got the vent. Then you got the ground that's supposed to go on the supply line. I mean, on the main. Then you got the, whatever the fuck these are called. I know the name. I'm just like, you know, you got all that. Everything you need here is here. Oh, laminate flooring for the, see, I forgot again. So, 2 pictures of that. You know. Oh, and then light fixture. I didn't take a picture of that. You see, I'm glad I came back around. Now, this is a condo, so there's no basement here. So, when you go to a house, you start first floor, second floor, attic. Every room. 4 corners, 4 to 5 pictures per room. And then basement's the last thing. Or really what you do is when you go to the property, is exterior first, all around the exterior, and then the exterior of the house, and then the property. So if it has a fence and the fence is broken, like say this is our backyard or something, and the fence is busted, you take a picture of that, go around, picture that, picture that, picture that. Show them, give them a 360 view of the exterior of the property after you give them a 360 view of the house. So showing that, okay, this fence needs to be repaired or it's overgrown and stuff like that. Now, when you go, you know, I lost the chain of thought. Now, when you go to a basement, you know, this is supposed to be a basement, but this is the ground floor. So there's no basement here. Take pictures of the front. You know, you're going down, you go down the stairs, and just start clicking away, clicking away, clicking away. And just take lots of pictures, lots and lots of pictures. I got a feeling I'm getting this bid just because they asked me to come back, but maybe not. The client, I got called. My client said that their client's really pushing hard to get this thing done immediately, and they liked my numbers. Like I remember I told you guys I was, you know, because I'm saving a lot of money because all this is already here. So I don't have much to worry about. You know, I don't have to spend much other than on bullshit laminate flooring, you know, a couple screws here and there, and then on the kitchen cabinets. You got the base cabinets, then the wall cabinets, countertop sink, supply line. And then all this shit is Mickey Mouse shit. You know, put my vest on. You know, I'm on winter mode. So, you know, I got my pen, pad. Look this up. This is a very good tool to have. This is a Home Depot. I forgot how much it cost. They got a smaller one for like 50 or 60 bucks. It does the same thing. This is a very good tool to have. Like, look, you can't beat this. Stay here, measure it, you know, corner, boom. And it gives you exact footage, 14 feet, 11 inches. You can't beat this. This saves you a lot of time, especially versus this. You know, this I used to take measurements of small shit, you know, small stuff. You know, I'll go boom. Okay, there goes my countertop, 31 inches or 31 inches by, let's say, 27, you know. So this is a very good tool to have. Anyway, guys, this is a quick and fast photo inspection. You know, this is how to do it, you know. Make sure you always lock your doors for your properties. Document everything. You know, anyway, guys, I hope you like this video. Hopefully it's informational. Hopefully you guys can get a lot of tips and tools on how to do a cool photo inspection, and then, you know, to prevent RTVs and all that other crap. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. You got any questions, any comments, leave them. And to my subscribers, thanks a lot, man. I'm going back home to chill with my kids.